Hey, let me introduce Mr. Mike Holland.
Thank you very much. Hey, I appreciate being hollered for from a block away. I'm not used to that. Usually, that's my daughter or somebody hollered for me. So I appreciate everyone being here today. Where's Caroline? There you are. Hey, how you doing?
Great.
Good, good. Well, we're here for the throne speech opening. I appreciate the turnout. Carolyn and I'm out of breath, ran all the way over. So I appreciate the invitation to come out here and have a chat. Seriously though, when we got elected, we put in our platform that we were going to take serious looks at a variety of all things forestry. And Caroline and I have known each other for, well, a number of years, since long before I was ever elected. And I'm pretty proud to say that we've had a chance to spend a fair amount of time together. Not only conversationally or just chatting and passing, but we've tried to be a government that allows and makes all stakeholders welcome at the table when you're talking about an issue. And so we've done that not once, but we've done it twice. And we're continuing to do so. Bruce, is Bruce around? He's not here?
Homesick.
He's okay. So we've had a couple of meetings where we sat down and I said, you know, for a lot of years, the access to the minister or his office or the department was very limited. So how can you have a two-sided conversation when you're not at the table?
Right on.
And I said that regardless of opinions or regardless of history, facts, whatever the case may be, the door's going to be wide open now. And I've expressed that to Caroline, and we've got a very open relationship where we communicate directly. And I'm actually quite proud of the conversations that we've had the first two times that we met. I'm looking forward to continuing that. Now, we're committed to the review of all things forestry, and we've started to walk down a path. And we've actually made some historic statements as it relates to our commitment to walking into that. Now, I mean, we've been elected for a year. There's some good things that are happening. There's many more things that we're involved with, and the one thing I'm proudest about is that as we start walking out conservation initiatives, the conservation stakeholders are going to be at the table, and that's what's been absent for more than a generation. So we've just announced the largest reclamation of conservation land in the province of New Brunswick, which will be the equivalent of 19 Fundy National Parks that are going to go back into conservation to create biodiverse and ecologically sustainable habitat. Food in the fridge is what I call it, because that's the main concern that I have, is ensuring that we create a habitat that is sustainable and connected and going to be viable for generations to come. And I'm proud of the fact that Caroline's going to sit at that table as we identify that. The Conservation Council, CPAWS, Nature Trust, Nature Conservancy. You know, the one thing those groups have in common is that they've never sat at the minister's table before. And they've all got an open and welcome invitation. In fact, I would not go forward with identifying these conservation areas without stakeholders who have credibility. Because I like to think I'm a decent guy, but I'm a politician. If I put that together and say this is a conservation plan, it's going to be suspect. You know, and rightfully so. So that's why it's mandatory that when we identify key areas of ecological sensitivity, that we have the right people at the table. And I feel like we're moving in the right direction. Do we have a lot more work to do? Absolutely. Are your voices being heard along the way? You can ask Caroline. Absolutely. She brings you to the table every time. And I have the utmost in respect and the utmost of openness to that. You know, and I see Rod Cumberland's picture here. Rod's been a friend of mine since before I was elected. Rod's my friend. I've met with him before I was elected. I've met with him since I've been elected. And as it relates to the development of a forest that's sustainable for the future, he'll be having conversations with me to help map and frame that out for many years to come. It's not something that I have as a position that I was given because I was made the minister. I've been involved in this for all of my adult life. It's not a joke. It's not just a job. It's something that I take incredibly seriously, and it will go through a very thoughtful process. I see a lot of faces in the crowd that I recognize, and I'm working to do the right thing. In the process, I will bring the right people to the table. The announcements we just made were the start. There's a number of more to come, and I'm as the Minister of Environment and Local Government, Jeff Carr's there, and we have hours and hours devoted to talking about how we map this out. It's serious. We take it that way. The announcements we've made are, I believe, a good start. There are more to come, and before we get to the point when the snow's off the ground next spring, we will have put a wholesome and complete plan together that I believe is the best one that we will have ever done in the history of the province of New Brunswick. So continue to stand, continue to show your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. Caroline is your voice, and she's more than welcome to be invited. She has easy access, my cell number, and we're going to continue to talk. Not only that, we're going to continue to act. So I really appreciate each and every one of you coming here today, and there's a lot more people interesting than me to talk to. So have yourself a good day. Thank you. Appreciate that very much.
Thanks, Mike. But we really want to know what's up with Rod. We need an investigation into his firing, and I want you to bring that message to your Premier, Mr. Higgs. Forestry bullies intimidate. Premier Higgs investigate. Trampling freedom, intimidation. We demand an investigation. Forestry bullies intimidate. Premier Higgs investigate. Trampling freedom, intimidation. We demand an investigation.